Now let us discuss about error control. Error control is one of the data link layer design issues. We know that data link layer has 4 design issues such as services provided to the network layer, framing, error control and flow control. In this video we are going to discuss about error control. Let we have sender and receiver. We have sender as well as receiver. Sender sends a frame to the receiver. So receiver receives the frame and provides acknowledgement to the sender. So here receiver may provides positive acknowledgement to the sender. This positive acknowledgement specifies that receiver has received the frame successfully. So here sender sends a frame to the receiver. Let receiver receives that frame successfully. So it provides positive acknowledgement to the frame, positive acknowledgement to the sender. So by observing that positive acknowledgement, sender can know that receiver has successfully received the frame. Let us see one more scenario. Let sender sends a frame to the receiver, but there are some errors in the frame. So the frame is having some errors. So in that type of occasion, receiver provides negative acknowledgement to the sender. Receiver provides negative acknowledgement to the sender. Why? Because here the frame has some errors. Okay, that means some bits are modified. Zeros are converted to ones and few ones are converted to zeros. Here the frame has some errors. So those errors are identified, detected by the receiver. So after detecting those errors, receiver sends negative acknowledgement to the sender. So by observing the negative acknowledgement, sender can identify that frame has successfully received by the receiver, but there are some errors in that frame. So that's why what the sender will do is, sender will retransmits the same frame once again. So sender will retransmits this frame once again. Okay. So this is one error. Let's see another situation. Let the frame is lost. Let the frame is lost. Here sender sends a frame to the receiver. Sender sends a frame to the receiver. But let us assume that that frame is lost. So in this situation what will happen? Receiver waiting for a frame from the sender. Here sender sends the frame. So after sending the frame, sender is expecting a positive acknowledgement from the receiver. But those two things are not happening here. So sender is waiting for the acknowledgement. Receiver is waiting for the frame from the sender. Okay. So how we can solve this problem? In order to solve this problem, timers are introduced. So here what will happen is, sender will maintain a timer for each and every frame. So every frame will have a timer. So every frame will have a time period. So after sending the frame, sender will expect an acknowledgement from the sender for the time period only. If the time period expires, the sender will retransmits the same frame once again. So here the frame is lost. So sender will wait for some time. After the time period expires, sender retransmits the same frame once again. Or let acknowledgement is lost. Let acknowledgement is lost. So that means sender sends the frame to the receiver. Receiver receives that frame and it provided an acknowledgement to the sender. But unfortunately, that acknowledgement is lost. We know that every frame will have a timer. So sender will wait for that particular time period only. After the time period expires, what will happen? sender will retransmit the same frame once again. So here what is happening? Sender is retransmitting, sender is sending same frame multiple times. So there may be a possibility that duplicate frames may be transmitted several times. So multiple frames are transmitted to the receiver. So let us take scenario here. Let sender sends a frame to the receiver. Receiver provides acknowledgement but assumes that that acknowledgement is lost. So what will happen after the time period expires? Sender retransmits the same frame once again. So now receiver has two similar frames. So this frame and this frame, both the frames are same only. So this is nothing but duplicate frame. Why? Because already receiver has this frame. So how to solve this problem? In order to solve this problem, sender has to append a sequence number to the frame. So here let it be frame 0. So this is the sequence number here. 0 is the sequence number. So sender is sending frame 0 to the receiver. So receiver successfully receives that frame and provides the acknowledgement. But let us assume that that acknowledgement is lost. So after the timeout, sender is retransmitting the same frame once again. So sender is retransmitting frame 0 to the receiver. So now by observing frame 0, receiver can identify that already I have frame 0. So this duplicate frame will be discarded by the receiver. Why? Because already receiver is having frame 0. So there is no need of this frame 0 for the receiver. So now receiver provides acknowledgement for this frame. So receiver is providing acknowledgement for this frame. So these are the various scenarios where we will get some errors. Yeah, in positive acknowledgement there is no problem. In negative acknowledgement we have some error. Next, in frame lost, acknowledgement lost, we have some errors. Next, duplicate frames also, this is one more problem. So these are the various errors which will occur. Now let's see how we can control these errors. So in order to control these errors, we use two approaches. The first approach is error detection. Second approach is error correction. So first approach is error detection. Errors can be controlled in two ways. First one is error detection. Second one is error correction. Error correction. In this video, our major focus is on error control only. Okay. So data link layer design issues means you need to explain services provided to the network layer, framing, error control. So this explanation is enough. There is no need to explain too much about error detection and error correction. If the question is exclusively given on error detection and error correction, you need to explain those things, these two things. Otherwise, if the question is given on error control, no need of too much of explanation on these two concepts. Here we can detect the errors by using with four approaches. The first approach is checksum. Second approach is CRC. CRC stands for cyclic redundancy check. Third approach is parity check. And the fourth approach is Hamming code. And in order to correct the errors, we use Hamming code. So Hamming code is the popular approach. So already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos are uploaded on these concepts. So one video on error detection and error correction, second video on checksum, third video on CRC, fourth video on parity check, fifth video on both Hamming code. Hamming code is useful for both error detection as well as correction. So already 5 videos are uploaded on these concepts. So I will share those videos link in the description as well as comments. If the question is given on error control, then you need to explain various scenarios where we will get the errors, and these two are enough. error detection and error correction. What are the techniques which we uses in order to detect the error, in order to correct the error. That much of explanation is enough. Whereas if the question is exclusively given on explain error detection, then you need to explain these 4 techniques. One of these technique. If the question is given on error correction, this technique. Okay. So this is about error control.